I'm starting off with an eye cream. This is from Clinique. It's the Pep-Start Eye Cream. It's just a very simple, lightweight eye cream with a little bit of brightness. So I'm just going to use my ring finger and pat that all around my eye. For my moisturizer, I'm going to be picking up my Clinique HydroBlur moisturizer. This is a moisturizer that's going to give you more of a mattified, blurred out effect. So it's really good under makeup. I'm going to do a little bit of correcting and brightness before I apply my base. This is the Alginus drops in green, just to get rid of any redness that my skin naturally has. I'm going to just pat that pretty much all over the center of my face. And then for under my eyes, I'm going to just pick up this light peachy pink one for extra brightness, and of course to get rid of any dark circles. And I like to take my beauty blender just to pat it all in, make sure that I have a thin, even layer. So I did all of that because I'm going to be using a pretty full coverage foundation. This is my Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. I use it all the time. If the skin is prepped really good, it looks really, really good, even though it's really full coverage. So just remember that makeup is going to sit better on the skin if it's, first of all, if you take care of your skin, it's going to look the best, but if you prep it correctly, it's also going to make a huge difference. I'm going to take my Pure Highlight and Contour Stick for looks where I want a really flawless complexion and just perfect makeup in general. I do prefer using a cream contour just because cream blends in so much smoother, and if you feel like you have more control, you can just sculpt the face. It is a little bit harder, it does take a little bit more time, but the results are so much better. So I'm going to use that to do both my contour and my highlights, and then just blend it all in with my beauty blender. I'm really doing a lot of excessive blending because the more you blend, even if you feel like your makeup is perfectly blended, just keep blending and patting that or bouncing the beauty blender into the skin. The more you blend, the better your makeup is going to look, especially for us girls that do layer after layer and layer after layer. So just keep patting that in. As if the coverage wasn't enough, I'm going to take my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer and just use that as a highlight mainly. This is just to, I don't know, add extra coverage and extra brightness under the eyes. And then take the beauty blender, make sure that you get that pretty well blended out. I'm going to do a little bit of baking with my Airspun powder. This is just in translucent, and I'm just going to pack that under the eyes because we haven't done any eyeshadow, so it's going to catch any fallout. For eyeshadows, I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I'm taking Sandalwood, and I've already prepped my eyelids, so there's primer on them, and then there's like a light translucent powder just to make blending a lot easier. I'm blending Sandalwood into my crease just to make this the transitional color, and it's just going to give it a much softer look. With a smaller blending brush, I'm also going to pick up that same shadow and apply it to my lower lash line. After that, I'm going to be picking up a pencil from Marc Jacobs. This is the Highliner gel pencils in the color Fine Wine. So I'm going to apply this as a base for my eyeshadow. So just apply it to my lid and use my finger to blend that in. Going back into my Huda palette, I'm taking the shadow Fling, and I'm going to pack this color onto my lid. If you need to, you can apply the shadow a little bit wet, or at least the brush a little bit wet, and it packs on a lot heavier. But since I had the base, I really didn't need to do that, but it's definitely an option if you wanted to make it a little bit more intense. I'm just going to take a blending brush and go around the Fling just to blend it out a little bit better into Sandal, just so we don't get any harsh edges. The next color I'm picking up is the color Black Truffle, and with a small brush I'm just going to start to pack this along my lower lash line and try to just get a nice black smoky lower lash line. I like to pack the color on because it's a really black. You get a ton of fallout from it, so just be very careful and just pack this color. And when you want to start to buff this color out, I picked up a little bit of Sandalwood, which is our first transition color that I already had a little bit on my lower lash line. And to make the black even more intense, I'm picking up a Marc Jacobs. This black eyeliner is my favorite hands down. This is so black and waterproof. It's called Black Earth, right into my waterline. I love this because it glides on really smooth and it's super black. Next, I'm going to pick up the shade Angelic. With a dampened brush, I'm going to pack this color into the inner corner of my eye. I want my inner eye to be super bright. So this is going to just be the base, and we are going to add a little bit of a glittery shadow. Next, I'm picking up a Moon Dust eyeshadow from Urban Decay in the color Cosmic. And I'm just going to add this right over Angelic. It pairs really well on top of colors, so I'm just going to pack that color on and make my inner corner super intense. Now I'm picking up a glitter eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is in the color Junkshow. It's just a really pretty pinkish fuchsia color. I'm just popping that right onto my lid to make my shadows even more glittery, even more intense and more beautiful. So I just like to just do one coat of the glitter. I'm pretty much done with the eyeshadow. I'm just going to apply a few coats of mascara. I'm using one of my favorite mascaras. This is the Dior Show from Dior. And I'm just going to pop on some really pretty lashes from Pure Cosmetics. These are the Pro Silk Lashes, cruelty free. Now moving on, I'm going to just quickly touch up my eyebrows. I'm just going to start by brushing my eyebrows upwards. And what I've been using is the Cabral from Benefit. I use the shade 4. And just very quickly, I'm going to fill my brows in. I'm just going to skip right through this because I've pretty much done my eyebrows so many times and I haven't changed much of my routine, so we'll just skip right over it. I'm taking my MAC Studio Skin Concealer, and with a very sharp concealer brush, I'm going to carve out my eyebrow. I rarely do this step, only when I want a really extreme kind of eye look. It just does something a little extra to the eyes, which I really like, but it can be a little over exaggerated, so I don't do this often, but when I do, it looks really pretty. So it's just when I want something a little extra. And then I'm just going to set my eyebrows with my Give Me Brow from Benefit in the shade 5. And that is it, you guys. For the eyes, I'm going to move on to my face. I'm taking my Sculpting Duo from Makeup Forever. This is a contour and highlight duo. So I'm going to take the contour or bronzer side and start to chisel on my cheekbones, give my face lots and lots of warmth. This isn't what I normally use to contour. I use it to kind of just warm up my complexion and give myself a really warm bronze. But in this case, I'm going to use it because the picture was pretty warm, and then I'm also going to highlight with that same highlighter in the duo. Now for my lips, I'm going to pick up a Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the color Famous. And I'm going to use this to give me a monochromatic reddish burgundy look. This went really pretty with the look. I expected it to be a little bit too much, but it works really well. And once you've done that, that is the completed look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and like this video and leave me a comment. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah.